Strategist here, TGO, and 2 shots, 2 kills this week with our weekly options portfolio. We have an Apple Iron Condor that's looking to expire. It's currently up $1,500 right now, about a 69-70% profit since Monday. And this thing, this will expire for full profit today for $2,200. $2,200 on limited risk of $5,300 since Monday. And then for those of you that got filled on the S&P 500, the SPX bear call spread, that was the 2360, 2365. That's looking at a $1,400 gain there as well. Didn't get filled on the Iron Condor, but folks, that Iron Condor would have expired for max profit as well. Over $5,500 in weekly options gains profits this week. That SPX trade expired technically this morning. At the opening bell this morning, when all 500 stocks in the S&P 500 printed their opening price, that's when that trade expired. So technically, for mortals like us, it expired yesterday afternoon. So that one was a $1,300, $1,400 kill in 4 days. So great week for us here at Weekly Options for all my new full throttle traders that just joined us. Really fired up, folks. And again, we nailed it perfectly. Even with those couple pops this week, I said, folks, don't believe them, man. This is last week during the full throttle week, I changed my strategic mindset from cautiously bullish to bearish. Didn't even stop at neutral, man. Once we broke this 50-day moving average, man, I said this 50-day moving average is going to be resistance. We got to see. There's way too much going on geopolitically, macroeconomically, economically, and also with earnings, that this is going to be resistance, and we're not going to pump through it today. So, folks, if you didn't grab a full throttle slot last week and you're interested in maybe taking a 2-week test flight, you can jump on our homepage here, topgunoptions.com, and use the ski slope system here, beginner, intermediate, advanced, whether you'd like our accelerated retirement webinar, which is actually going to be today at 1 o'clock. I rescheduled it from Wednesday, had some issues on Wednesday. Intermediate, and then our advanced includes the weekly options package. Just head there and you can click on one of these 2-week test flights. But what's going on in the markets, folks? Shocked to find out there's a ISIS-backed terrorist attack in France on Champs-Élysées. Was there a couple years ago. Love Paris, but this is getting ridiculous. And obviously, 2 days before the French elections, that's only going to help Marine Le Pen. So here comes the Donald Trump of France, and it's interesting to see liberals and Democrats implode with their stupidity about, well, ISIS did this because they want Le Pen to get elected because she'll be tough on terrorists. That type of mindset really does give me a headache, folks. Okay, so let me get this straight. Actually, I think ISIS would want the idiots to be in charge, not a Le Pen, an idiot like themselves, so they're easier on Muslims and immigrants to let them into their countries and let them cut their heads off, right? So whatever. My hearts go out to the police officer who was killed, and this is going to keep happening, folks, until we just absolutely kill these people like roaches, okay? And that's going to be the only resolve in this. Still seeing a lot of saber rattling. Their bombers are in high alert in China. Russia's even moving forces onto the North Korean border. The North Korean thing is going to get worse before it gets better. Okay, guys, on April 25th, actually my son's birthday coming up here, is like the anniversary of the North Korea Army or something like that, and they're doing some huge military exercise. So the South is getting worked up. We're getting worked up. China's getting worked up. This thing isn't going to end well. So that, that's the other reason, as the market popped this week, I said there's yesterday, big pop in the market yesterday. I said we will not see this continued on Friday. This market does not want to be long going into a weekend when we had the French elections. Anything can happen overseas, so very good call yesterday. We have a couple of carrier battle groups heading there. It's just it's not good. Okay, on the good bad scale, it's definitely bad. We're going to talk in AR today, Accelerated Retirement at 1, about how a lot of retail traders are jumping out of the Chinese stock market and why that might be a time to get in for us. Talked about some Brazil issues throughout the week, which we talked about in our primary live trade brief. But what's worrying me now, and yeah, Mnuchin talked yesterday about how, yeah, we're going to get tax relief by the end of the year. He said a couple weeks ago we weren't going to get that. Confusing signals out of this guy. He's not impressing me that much. I think as a Treasury Secretary who was going to be repealing Franken-Dodd and giving us financial reform and tax cuts, working with his buddy Khan from Goldman Sachs, he's not lighting the world on fire. He said in that interview yesterday, yeah, we'll get tax reform by the end of the year. I don't know, man. With Trump pivoting back to healthcare, I don't know, man. I'm starting to I like this headline. Markets send a worrying message about the economy, mainly because of really bad soft economic data. Yesterday, the Philly Fed plunged the most in 4 years. Manufacturing and services PMI plunged below the election lows, man. So we're seeing some mixed signals out of our macroeconomic data, and that's a troubling sign for me. So it fits my strategic mindset of being bearish. Oil's hovering around that 50 handle. That might become a lead story again if things get quiet in other areas, which I doubt. So we'll keep an eye on oil. And like I said, Trump shifting back to healthcare, I get that healthcare is tied to tax reform because there's a ton of tax crap in there. At least make the headline be Trump going for tax reform. And as a side note, healthcare is involved in that. But saying this, I don't know, the markets don't like here. And then we talked about earlier in the week how Goldman's traders, I'd say Goldman Sachs is the gold medal winner, JP Morgan silver, and Morgan Stanley the bronze. And obviously in earnings this week, we saw that reversed. But remember, guys, one earnings cycle does not a trend make. Goldman Sachs is the giant vampire squid. It's the Death Star. If it missed big this time around, it ain't going to do that again, folks. They gut people. They know how to debrief and get their shit together, okay? So don't flip those just because of one earnings period, okay? They will be back, and I definitely, we talked Tuesday about using this pullback to get longer. We're going to talk in I got to make a Costco run today. Speaking of Costco, we're going to talk in Accelerated Retirement today about getting long Costco because I think it can be the one company that gives Amazon a run for its money unless Amazon does buy a Kroger, a Winn-Dixie, something like that. But even then, Costco does have a brand, okay? So good stuff this week, folks. Really, really good trades. Got a nice AR trade here, an Apple Iron, that's wrong portfolio here. An Apple Bull put spread that expires today in the model portfolio. A lot of good-looking Facebook trades. We're going to talk about Facebook. Facebook Bull put spread that's expiring today for about an $1,800 profit in I think that was about a week and a half, 2-week trade. So a lot of good stuff going on here, folks. Like I said, if you didn't get a full throttle slot and you want to give us a test flight for about 2 weeks, you can jump in here on the homepage, okay? I got to run. Looking forward to a great weekend here. And I will see you guys Monday for Monday's Market Outlook. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge, and God bless. We'll see.